Let's get it. It's another fine day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it. I do hope everyone is well and that you're able to get out like I am and enjoy this beautiful day the Most High has made. Rejoicing in it and being glad, as he says in the text, because indeed he had made this day for us in mind. And that is if we're in the land of the living today. Now, I do have a great thought I want to share, as we always do, as the Most High gives it to us. And this is quite simple today. It is a greeting to the 12 tribes. And that's going to be the title of it. Greeting to the 12 tribes. And this is from what many believe to be the brother of Yahusha, James. And it's coming out of James 1. And it says, James, a bondservant of the Most High and of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Profiting from trials. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Most High. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. The perspective of rich and poor. The perspective of rich and poor. Let the lowly brother glory in his exaltation, but the rich in his humiliation, because as a flower of the field he will pass away. For no sooner has the sun risen with a burning heat than it withers the grass, its flowers fall, and its beautiful appearance perishes. So the rich man also will fade away in his pursuits. Oh boy. Loving the Most High under trials. Loving the Most High under trials. Blessed is the man who endures temptations, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Most High has promised to those who love him. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For Yah cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when the desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. Do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures, qualities needed in trials. So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of the Most High. Doers, not hearers only. Oh boy. Therefore lay aside all filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word which is able to save your souls. But be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror. For he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this one will be blessed in what he does. That is the truth. If anyone among you thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. Pure and undefiled religion before the Most High and of Abba is this: to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. What a powerful text. And usually I would come back and have something to say on this text, but not today. I'm not even going to add to the Most High's word or try to take away from it. I'm going to just say amen. And like I said, this is a message and a greeting to the 12 tribes. And it was James speaking to the 12 tribes of us believers, of us children of the Most High back in his days. And this message is just as relevant to us today, I will say that. And we need to embrace this wisdom in this script. And I do hope that we will go back and read it for ourselves, as well as the whole chapter of James, which I'm really spending time on myself. And I hate to say this week because I've been in it on and off for the past few months. The Most High started me off in it, and then he took me to something else. But now he's leading me back into it. And I would say also that we should go back and study the books that have been taken out of the Most High's word, the holy writings, because I'm learning that a lot of what was taken out is more relevant to the times we're in now than the times that they were written. And that's why they was taken out. But that's going to be my time. I'm going to get out here and get my workout in, get my walk on, and jump on this bike and do a little more in this parking lot. Most High willing, try to get like 2 miles. I did a mile yesterday and it felt good. I may just work another mile today. Depends on how the Most High leads. But as always, I do love you all. I'm trying not to say y'all. But I am country. And I will say I love y'all. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Yes, indeed. It is a beautiful day today. And I do thank the Most High for it, for allowing me to see it. Like the text says, to live, breathe, and have my being in him today. I got a comment on one of my, a post from yesterday from my brother T. And I just wanted to send him a shout out and to say thanks for the post that he be making. And he put out some good posts also. But it was so encouraging yesterday, or over in the morning, to see that comment he put up there. And I just wanted to take the time out to say thank you to everybody who supports me, whether you comment or not, just by watching, the post I put out is very encouraging. Now, I'm not saying that it's needed, but it's very encouraging. Of course, we enjoy it and like it to know that our peers see our work and would take the time out to say, thank you, brother. That was really encouraging to me. And I always have to remind myself that something that the Most High told me when I first started these recordings. He told me always remember to keep an audience of one, which means be mindful to always do the recordings for him only. Not looking to men for praise, but looking unto him, as the text says, who is the author and finisher of my faith. Because these folks can't get me by another day. And what I was gonna mention before my reply to him got too lengthy, but I didn't. I cut it short. I said, without the Most High, I am nothing. But truth be said, which that's the truth, without him, I am nothing but dirt. Because that's what I'm supposed to be right about now. These last 4 or 5 so years after that stroke, open heart surgery, a brain surgery, procedure trainer. And as to my wife, who tells me it wasn't a surgery, but a procedure. But I feel like whenever I'm put to sleep, then that's the surgery. Because what they did, they took a probe with a camera on the tip of it and ran it all the way up through my thigh, through my heart, and into my brain, across my body. And on the tip of that probe was not only a camera, but it was like a sprayer. I like to look at it as if it's like a water gun, but it's much more complex than that. Because what they did, they shot the blood clot and then sucked it out with the same tool or instrument. So I look at that as a surgery. Just because they only made a small incision in my thigh, doesn't mean it wasn't a surgery. Because to me, that was the most taxing one. Because after they was done and they woke me up to the fact that I had to sit still for an hour straight, or lay still, while the nurse pulled out the stent that they put in my body. And that was the most horrific thing I ever went through. Because they told me that if I moved, I could cut myself on the inside. Notice I said myself, when they're pulling out the stent. And I was figuring, let me finish, they could have cut me on the inside and caused eternal bleeding, which they more than likely couldn't get to before I bled out. So this was a horrific thing to wake up to. But all praise to the Most High. We were able to sit still or lay still throughout that hour. And I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Nobody. And I know people say they wouldn't wish that on their enemy. But I'm gonna be nice today. So some of our enemies need to sit down and shut up. No, all of them do. I said I'll at least go around the whole park at least once today. And see how I feel after that. I figured this little hill here would tell me where I'm at. However, it seems that my back is not bothered at all by the ride. I think it was just the strain of lifting my bike back into the truck from a position that I wasn't used to. But all praise to the highest. Basically just taking it easy. But yeah, I was saying in my recording yesterday, which unfortunately my camera didn't take or didn't record. I was saying I was giving honor to who is due in my life. And first of all, definitely being the Most High, who, like I said before, I would be dirt if he didn't intervene in my life after I had that stroke. Because like the doctors tell it, if I'd have been just a little bit late or later than I arrived at the hospital, they would have saw more damage than they saw. Or I would have experienced more damage than I experienced. So it was all him in orchestrating the firemen that came to the scene, where they arrived at the scene first, and they arrived deep. They came with like 6 fellas, which was just enough to get my big man size hind part down them stairs. Then the ambulance arrived right on time as they was getting me downstairs, and then they were able to whisk me on off to the hospital. And then once we got to the hospital, the exact doctors were there that we needed. Just like a Dr. Kingston, she had been doing a study on strokes and was able to assess my situation and get the right doctors in place, which were all on staff that evening. For not only the open heart surgery and the brain procedure, but also thereafter, I think the next day, for the leg surgeries to begin. So I had to definitely give honor to the Most High. And then my wife, Trina, who, as I said in yesterday's recording, have stood by my side through all of my foolishness, and more importantly, my steps of faith in the Most High. Because yes, it's important for our loved ones to be there for us through the hard times and the good, but also to be there to support us while we do what the Most High is telling us and calling us to do. Which I know is no easy feat. But the Most High has definitely shown me favor and have blessed me like He said He would when I found that good thing in a wife. And of course, my parents, who have given me a downright decent upbringing in the Most High, with what knowledge they had to work with at the time. And for taking care of us the way they did, even while going through a divorce themselves. And I don't throw no blame at either one of them, because like I said, they worked with what they had. And it's not always easy for us as parents to do all the things we want for our chaps or children, especially when we see other people that's capable and won't do. But all praise to the Most High. And I thank the Most High for my siblings, who have also been there for me on a numerous of occasions. And likewise with me, them. But I'm just giving out flowers, as folks might say. And also my in-laws, who have also been there for me on numerous of occasions. But ultimately, we have to go back to go. And it's giving all praise to the Most High. because without him, even the folks that have been in our corner wouldn't have been there. And I say that mostly because of my own actions and my own choices. See, that's just like our recording on yesterday. I turned around and chose life instead of that death proposition, which I had been choosing on the regular. And that reminds me also, I guess I better say it, that we need to make better choices of what we're putting in our mouths, of the foods we eat. And I'm not trying to tell you what kind of doctrine you should have for your life, because like I said on yesterday's recording, this is a choice. But studies have already been made that certain type foods are not good for our bodies. And when I say our, I'm talking about us Hebrews, us folks. And I'm feeling good. I can go around a couple of more times, but I hear my Ruach telling me we better let that be the day's ride and thought for today. So as we always love to say around this time, say up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.